Okay, well, welcome to another one of these team sessions that we do on Wednesdays following convocation. This week, I just wanted to give a really brief overview of a widget that we have on our LibGuide from the Merck manual that they've provided us. It's a pretty cool resource. It's a point-of-care clinical reference tool. It's free, so this will be able to be used by anybody. You don't have to even have to, once you've graduated or if you're no longer part of LUCOM, you can still use this resource. And so I always like to show where you can find what we're talking about. And so this, if you go to the LUCOM library page and expand the databases drop down, you're going to click on our course guides and textbooks, which opens up our LibGuide that we build for you guys. And the Merck manual widget is actually just down here embedded on the page. And there's a little search box, and you'll see there's professional and consumer versions. So if you're going to search this directly, you want to make sure you choose the radio button for professional. But you can also actually click on this Merck manual's logo here, and it'll take you to the site. And there you'll also choose whether or not you're going to use the professional or the consumer version. So we're going to go to the professional version. And it kind of looks familiar to our other resources that are paid resources, like UpToDate or Dynamed, but this one is freely available. It's cool to me because my mom was an RN, so growing up, she always had a Merck manual on the bookshelf, and when we had questions, like way before WebMD or Google or anything, we would actually go to the Merck manual and look things up on the shelf. But they had this really great site they've built. It's organized in a similar way to other point-of-care clinical reference tools. It's alphabetical by topics, medical topics and chapters, and you can click on these, the letter of the heading that you want to look at, or you can actually click on medical topics and you can scroll through here and see what you want to look for. So for example, if you look at cardiovascular disorders, kind of get an idea of what you'll see. There's approach to the patient, symptoms. It's broken down into sections. But anything that's related to cardiovascular disorders, there's expandable sections here, coronary artery disease, there's overviews, different types of diseases that fall underneath this heading that you can expand. So overview of acute coronary syndrome. It's got etiology, pathophysiology, anything related, diagnosis and treatment to that particular pathology or disease process is available there. And you can see what all these are alphabetical that you can look through. You can go to resources and you can find video, figures, images, tables. There's things of disease processes and even procedures that you can find here. There's audio recordings. I know I just shared something on the on the LUCOM class pages on Facebook of audio recordings that are available from the University of Washington for heart sounds, but there's other things, audio files here there for cardiovascular disorders that you could find, mitral stenosis, split-second heart sounds. You can actually study these here or try to get an idea what they sound like. So those are available. There's images, tables, there's videos available. You can search this whole resource with this search box. So if I were to look up, say, hypertension, or let's say hypertension diabetes, it'll take me directly to where that can be found within the topics. And what's kind of cool is it includes links to where you can find that in medical topics. If there's drug information, I'm actually kind of surprised it doesn't have any drugs listed here, but if there's information on drugs for that particular topic, apparently there's a video, there's news or updates available for that. But if there's anything else available for that topic, images, quizzes, because there are self-assessments available in this, medical calculators, and it even has links to the consumer version. So if you were to look for information for like patient education or patient information, it links to that for the consumer version. Something else that's really cool is that available is drug info. So if you've seen other videos or used our other resources, like UpToDate, you'll know that UpToDate links to the LexiComp drug database. So all of that drug information is available through LexiComp and UpToDate. And just like UpToDate, Dynamed also has a drug database that it just uses the IBM Micromedics drug database, but they're very comparable. This actually pulls drug information from Elsevier. So the same vendor that we get Clinical Key or Science Direct, if you've used those resources, that's where this drug information is coming from. And it's very similar to Lexicomp or the IBM Micromedics. That you can search by drug brand name. It's got the generic name alphabetically. And for any of these drugs that you look up, it's got indication and dosing, contraindications or precautions for patients. It's got the pharmacokinetics, which might be useful for you in your classes. It's got mechanisms of action, descriptions, adverse reactions. All the same kind of information that you can find in Lexicomp or IBM Micromedics, you can still find here for free, which is pretty amazing. You can find by generic name. It has the brand names for all the generics too available. It has news, which might be similar to like updates, practice change updates that you would find in UpToDate or Dynamed. And these are updated continuously. You'll see a lot of these are from today. So it's very, very current information. Something that might be useful for students in PCM or even in their clinical years, in their 3rd and 4th years, there's videos of procedures available. It's taking a second to load these. See if I can get it to come up. So it's got videos for procedures and exams, how to do a synchronized cardioversion in an adult. I'm not even sure what that is, but it's got ones for cardiovascular, critical care, dental we might not look at, but dermatologic, ear, nose, and throat, eye disorders, all kinds of things. So if you ever need any kind of another resource to see how to do these kinds of exams, this is a resource that you could probably use. I like to point out when resources have quizzes or self-assessments. And this has that capability built into it. I'm not sure why it's hanging, but it's just another resource that you can use if you want to quiz yourself. If you're not, if you need, could use. I know students are always looking for question banks. Well, there's an error right now, but they are available in here. I'm not sure why they're not coming up right now. But there are quizzes and self-assessments that you can use available in here as well. So that's just kind of a quick overview. This is, again, the homepage has featured content, latest news and updates, 3D models and videos, some featured content. But it's a pretty cool resource, and it's pretty amazing that it's free. I know that Merck Manual sometimes is used more by in the nursing practice, but there's a lot of resources in here I think that could be used by physicians or students in their clinical education, or even for, if you're use this for some of your studies for the 1st and 2nd year too. So just be aware this is available. And again, if you go to the LUCOM library page and go to course guides and textbooks, it opens up our LibGuide that we built for you guys. And the widget is just right here. And again, this will be available. It's available for free. We don't pay for this. They just created this as a service for free. So this will always be available whether you're a student or not, or no longer at LUCOM. So I hope this is useful. And again, the recording of this is going to be up on the LibGuide. I'll place it here under our brief how-to session, so you can come back and watch this again. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your week.